Hello, in this video, we're going to give you an overview of a tour of our live site from a renter's perspective. So what a renter has to do to sign up for our free service is simply go to landlord-reference.com, click on this blue renter sign up button here, and that will take them through the process of giving some information about themselves, and then they'll go through and verify their identity as a way of ensuring that we know who they are, and to also allow for that renter to protect their identity so that only they can access their account and that no one can be acting on their behalf inappropriately. Once they do that, they'll come back and they'll log in. I have an account because we are renters as well. I'll go ahead and I'll click on login. We had mentioned that landlord references are not viewable by anyone until the renter themselves specifically approves it by signing their rental release letter. This is simply done by going to the site like this, clicking on these buttons and seeing where it says accept. That means they sign it. And at that point, then other identity verified landlords can then purchase and view the landlord references of their applicant. Once the person is done looking for their next apartment, they can simply come back in if they want to and click decline, and that will then unsign the rental release and block anyone from seeing their reports until they're ready to go off and look for another apartment in the future. When they want to go off and reach out to their former landlords to gather up their landlord references for review to either approve them or challenge them, they can simply click on the green Landlord References button here. Then click on the Request Landlord Reference button. Enter in the address of their former rental. When did they live there? What's the property manager's name? And what's the property manager's email? We encourage renters then to reach out via the telephone to make sure that the person is still there and that's still the best name, and also to confirm their email address. This actually makes the overall process much more efficient for everyone involved. Once that's done, they simply click on the Send Landlord Reference Request, and then that landlord will receive a request to complete that landlord reference once again after they have verified their identity. Once that's done, you go ahead and just repeat this process for all the different locations that you've lived so that you can actually see a complete view of your renting history. Once again, once you create these requests, they will all appear here in the Request Landlord Reference area, and they will appear here until the landlord themselves completes the report. Once that's done, it will move from the requested landlord references down to active. Once they're inactive, you can go ahead and take a look at that, which I'll show you here by hitting View. You can go down then and review what your landlord said about you with all of the standard information that comes along with an objective, factual landlord reference. As we had mentioned, the landlord's information is listed here and it's not changeable. And this is once again confirmed because we have verified the landlord's identity. As the renter looks through all their information, they can say, yes, I agree with this, or I do not. If they believe the information is correct, they can simply click on Data is correct and then click on Submit. If they believe that any of the information is incorrect and or the pictures or documents tell a story that's not accurate, they can go then and click on Data is incorrect. Then they can go ahead and add their information why they believe it's incorrect, and then also upload their photos and their documents to prove their case. Once they hit submit at that point, the landlord who created this will then receive an email with the challenge to allow them to address the challenges from the renter, either to update the landlord reference to be accurate or to provide further evidence about why they believe their report is correct. Either way, both sides of this conversation will remain with the landlord reference. So once again, the renter themselves finally has a voice in what is being said about them and to be able to say, I agree with this or I do not. Okay? Again, it really is as simple as that. They can come back in also and watch different training videos. Those training videos will explain everything that occurs on the site and explains exactly how they can use this to benefit them during the screening process. Thanks, and look forward to talking to you soon.